This is the limestone lowdown. Hear the sound, bring it live through the issues all around. From every corner, let's make it clear. The change we need is starting here.
Hey, all of our Limestone Lowdowners. Welcome to the latest episode of the Limestone Lowdown. Before we get started, and before I forget, we've had tons of messages and outpouring of support, but we did get a message that we don't know how to respond. Somebody wanted to talk to us about one of our specific topics that we went over, and it didn't have a full number on it.
Had the last four.
It just had like the last four of a phone number. So if that is you and you haven't heard back from us, or if any of y'all would like to reach out, please email us at thelimestoneLowdown@yahoo.com. We enjoy getting to talk with all of our fellow Limestone Lowdowners and all the people out in the community.
We love getting the tea too.
Yeah,
so
we love
got any hot topics, we would love to talk about
People have passed us on some juicy information. We're just waiting on other stuff to transpire to be able to bring it on to some future episodes. So yes, if you have not gotten a response from us and you're waiting, just shoot us an email, thelimestoneLowdown@yahoo.com. So now on to kind of our regular meeting. This is about the June 23rd City Council meeting. I was not able to be there. Jared did say there was quite the turnout for such a short agenda meeting. There was one
Packed
of the
house.
Yeah, but it was one of our shortest meetings.
Correct.
There was one public hearing and 5 items, and then you said there was an add-on item.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But one person who was not there, who was not in attendance.
Who was that?
Who was it that does our meeting minutes? Was it Miss Holly Holman?
Yeah, she was not there.
The alleged girlfriend or confirmed alleged girlfriend? Or
I would think we could say confirmed at this point by the stack of evidence we have.
Yeah, so it was kind of funny after the last city council meeting, and even after the most recent podcast, there stuff kind of blew up over social media.
She wasn't at that one either.
No, she was not.
So she's missed the last two. But when we find out that they're doing the switch
No,
thing,
that's not what I'm saying. That last week's city council meeting, when she got in your face.
Oh, she was there. Okay, she wasn't
Right.
there. She was there. Wasn't
right.
there.
And so
okay,
what I'm
my
saying
bad.
is after when she blew up and
Yep.
made a threat to you.
Yep.
She took to social media along.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and
So she made a post on social media that said, and I'm just going to read it. It has been brought to my attention that accusations about the day May 3rd are being shared. I worked May 3rd. There were storms, outages, and flooded roads, including one we are trying to get federal and or grant money to fix. Since I became a salary employee, I don't report overtime because I don't get paid overtime. I don't have a city car, and I will not risk driving my personal vehicle on a closed road. If politically motivated people want to make more out of that than what it really is, and people choose to believe that mess, then all I can say is that's pretty sad. And this is the only time I'm publicly commenting on that. And she also attached several pages showing that the City of Athens public relations page, that there were utilities crews working, power outages, Levert south of 72 was closed, that had pictures of the flooding. So funny thing is that one of the local guys, even to debunk this post, which is total BS, and we've seen this, that people making allegations about us being stalkers and things like that, that Ronnie Marks, the mayor, is going around saying that we stalked them by Levert and followed them. And that is completely not true. And the fact that Holly is defending herself on May 3rd is also ridiculous.
I mean, it's a whole lot more than May 3rd. I mean, It's a stack of phone records, pictures, all kind of people.
City credit card receipts.
Yeah, so it's not just one day.
This is dozens of people that have said that they've known about this for well over a decade.
Correct.
And what's crazy is if you just go back and look at past city council meetings, did he legally promote her? Sure. Was he trying to make her the city administrator? Sure. Did the council say, oh my gosh, we probably don't need to promote your girlfriend, because again, they all know about it. They just choose to turn the other way, or the mayor isn't going to allow them to say anything. One of the two.
I think it's that.
So again, he has legally promoted her and gotten her into this position. It just has a really bad look. And obviously, being the mayor, having an affair with your personal employee, it's like, if you'll cheat on your wife, what else will you cheat on? So again, this isn't anything about May 3rd. This is just
almost bigger than that.
Yeah, this was just where we started having proof. And again, when she made the comment, whenever Ronnie Marks made the comment about going to Mark's house because there were complaints, they're not getting grants for Mark's property.
Mm-mm.
They were taking pictures. If you've got a problem, for a junkie property or something like that, that is a code violation, which would be Eric Waddell. That wouldn't even be the mayor following up on that. So everything that they're saying it's hilarious that's what it's at such a surface level, but there are so many more receipts and proof with stuff. So anyways, we thought it was hilarious that after her making those threats,
I'm sorry I wasn't stalking you. I was stalking some ice cream.
Yeah.
And it's funny how we always say, God puts this stuff in our lap, and literally I'm sitting there eating my ice cream, and then woo, they blow by.
And I was the one that
was stalking.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the mayor. It was on 31, and it was outside of the city limits. Yep. It was not on Levert.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's just kind of comical, but anyways.
Okay, back to, there was a city council meeting.
Yeah.
So it kind of started off with Mr. Lucas basically putting everybody on, okay, so we got this Athens State coming up, but I want your guarantee that we're going to fix Strain Road first. So he made everybody verbally commit that Strain Road was going to get fixed first by city dollars, whether they got the money, from the state or not. Yeah. And that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, just my personal opinion, that it should have been done sooner, but neither here nor there. I'm glad to hear him taking a stand for it.
Yeah.
And that's how the meeting started off.
And and remember when he mentions, he opens up talking about Athens State, because last week there were 3 representatives from Athens State that were there with the pictures. The pictures were there again. Correct. Too. So that was an add-on item. So
I'll talk about that at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so start with Resolution A to approve the FY 2026 Electric Department budget. What is that, $180 million?
Yeah.
And keep in mind, it's that much because Athens Utility covers the entirety of Limestone County. So it's not just Athens City. Even though it says Athens City Utilities, it covers the whole county. So that's why it's $180 million.
Well,
that's a lot of money.
Let's just talk that in all actuality, I had to do a request for that this should have been attached to the agenda, but I had to email the city clerk and the mayor's secretary to ask for the breakout. Again, I don't want the breakout because I think anybody's lying. I'm just interested to know the numbers and the cost of certain things, that if I ever want to go back and just kind of look at it. But again, this stuff, it's almost like they hide it, like they're hiding something, and it's like, that's not what I think at all. But why don't you just share it?
Exactly. Back to that transparency. And again, we want you guys to see that we also kind of do our due diligence. You know what I mean? We're not just pulling numbers out of the air. When we tell you something, generally it is backed by all the proof in the world, or all the proof that we can get at that moment. So when we decide to talk about something, it's from the best information that we can get at the time. And that we would just like more information about a lot of this stuff to tell you even more. And we don't think that's unreasonable.
Right. So just to kind of go, and again, these are the numbers that I'm reading. I'm not a budget person, but just to hit on the proposed 26 electric department budget, your total operating revenue is $180 million. Total operating expenses $177, give or take some. Net operating budget 2.3. A draw from the reserves, $500,000. Total capital expenditures, $2.8 million, and then total net budget, $41,000. So, and then there's all kind of breakouts of like, vehicles, parking lot paving, building improvements, transformers. That's all within their,
power poles.
Right.
Because I remember we had 50 damaged in the last storm.
We only had 15 in the reserves. Hopefully part of FY26 we're getting us some more power poles.
15 poles for all of Limestone County. That sounds like kind of skimpy, guys.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so next we have a resolution concerning a memorandum of understanding with Limestone County concerning municipal elections.
What, that's for like voting?
Correct, voting machines, the
locations,
yes, and all that good stuff. Then, Resolution C, resolution to award a bid for the US 72 project. Crickets, what is that? So we had to wait, and it's in front of our Texas Roadhouse that everybody just can't wait to get.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, it is kind of the best steak. Consistently, if I'm not going to cook it myself, consistently the best steak you can get. So
you have been so excited about this Texas Roadhouse.
Well, I think you've seen it too. Every time we go, it is top notch. It has never let you down. The Roadhouse has never let you down.
The steak itself has never let me down. Sometimes the service, we've been given coupons a few times because and I get it. They're always backed up. There's always a.
But that steak.
But when they, going into this, we're back to these generic agendas.
That's literally what it said. Resolution to award the bid for US 72 improvements.
And so I emailed,
what is that?
Well, and then so they this is all that's on the agenda, and then when they actually vote on it, they read more detailed.
And you gotta sit there and write it down where we can tell you guys.
I was gonna say Jared wrote it down, but then I also emailed the city clerk and the mayors.
Once you read that, there's nothing on there either.
Well, it just says, what I asked for were the bids, because it used the words bids in here, and I wanted to see what all the bids were, because the mayor in the live stream mentioned that this was such a low bid and it saved us money.
Saved us. It was $120,000 under, but it was $283,000.
Yeah, so it says, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Athens, Alabama, to allow the city engineer to award the JHR Additions US 72 improvements to the lowest bidder, Rogers Group, Inc., for the amount of $283,963 and paid via the 2024 general obligation warrants. So apparently their budget was sounds about like it was $400,000. It came in at $280,000, which is roughly $120,000 cheaper. So good, but I did ask for what the bids were, and this is all they sent me. So.
Yeah, didn't even get them. So it's like, okay. All right. Then Resolution D was to approve equipment for the gas department. So it was 50 fire stick rods for $22,000.
Okay.
And then Resolution E was to approve equipment for the fire department, which was 12-foot sections of hose for $4,000.
And then
we
go to the add-on, which is item F, and that is about the renovation of Carter Hall at Athens State University. And at the last meeting, I think you had like the Athens State president and two other people, and they went up and talked about this event center, which I think is a great idea. I think will be a great addition to the community. It's a cost of $30 million, and they have $22 million, so they've asked the city for $4 million, and they're going to ask the county for $4 million too. And so basically the city is obligating like
$389,560 for the next 10 years.
Starting in October of 2025. And Mr. Seibert, Miss Henry, and Mr. Wells, they all voted yes. And Mr. Harper made a very profound statement. I thought it was a great thing. Again, I think that it should be approved. I just commend him that he actually said no and had a reasoning behind it. That
Exactly.
we have a lot of other projects that need funding.
It's nice to hear no every now and then.
It is. Again, I think
and then not just no, but a reason behind your no. You know what I mean?
And Mr. Lucas,
I like it.
Mr. Lucas also said no. I guess at the beginning, like Jared had mentioned, he kind of defended what his no was for this strain.
Yeah, he didn't say it during this part. He said it at the beginning. So I was like, oh yeah, no problem.
So giving Athens State $4 million over the course of 10 years, we had 3 yays and 2 nays. So then, again, this was a super short meeting. Not many comments, not many agenda items. So for the live stream, for those of you, if you watch the live stream, and you've heard us talk about how the city has silenced any sort of public or interaction or even showing public opinion, and y'all heard last week about last week's meeting that they were doing a change in council procedures. Well, Mr. Lucas is like mid-sentence saying that this is the end of the regular city council meeting, and now we go into public comments and click. It's off. But Jared was there. He recorded what he said. So if you want to tell us.
Well, basically, if anybody can reference the agendas. So if you looked at this week's, it said general public comments on matters pertinent to city business. Mm-hmm. But last week it said
every other meeting.
Yeah, and every other till this meeting, it says reading of petitions, applications, complaints, appeals, etc. So Amanda specifically asked what changed, and they didn't act like anything was changing other than saying that it says 2 minutes, but we give you 3 minutes, and just a couple,
It was and Shane Black was almost like stammering, like he didn't
want to
he did not want to give me an answer. I mean, I kept saying, so what's changing? Like, why are we changing it?
Well, how I saw it was he kept asking Mr. Lucas, "Can I answer?"
Like
he was wanting to tell him no.
He wanted Mr. Lucas to be like, no. And Tim sent Mr. Wells a message asking about it, and he was given a very legal thing, like basically you're gonna have to
wait to the meeting
because of attorney-client privilege. We can't disclose, so you have to come to the meeting. It was very odd, so we knew they were up to something, but seeing what the agenda came out, because again, they don't give you any sort of information, like they don't release the next city council agenda until Friday, like 5:00, and then it's the weekend, and then you've got council Monday afternoon.
You got to go to work Monday, and then the meeting's at 4.
Yeah, and so sometimes I don't even know if the council's even read through what they're about to approve. Anyways,
and what is it you said that the planning commission does it a week before?
Yeah, one of the things on the outside.
I think that would be nice.
One of the things on the outside billboard when we went up there to look for something. I was like, oh, wow, the planning commission's already put their agenda, and it's like a week away. I'm like, the city council meeting, I get it. You've got add-ons and things like that, but they should...
it should be 80 to 90% complete. You should get
at least a 2-day business day, not just the weekend.
Wednesday afternoon.
Right.
Yep.
Just so that, because we've got, families and kids, and if you're out of town... That's not your priority, but to me, that's what they want. They want you to not come to city council. They don't want you asking questions. They just want everything to just happen without questions. So anyways, I after last week and not getting an answer and then seeing the new agenda, it was like, this changes the entire structure. It appears that they're taking away any sort of public comment unless they deem it that they don't like it. So I emailed Mr. Lucas and asked for a response. Again, I've emailed Mr. Lucas because he's the council president several times. Never gotten a response. I don't intend to get one this time, but I just wanted it documented that I did email him. So I emailed him and said, "Good evening, Mr. President. I would like to ask about the agenda item about last week's meeting. It was an ordinance changing council procedures. I was never given a clear answer on what is updating, other than some legalese jargon about how council procedures were already in place, but it was basically getting approved to make it official, like Robert's Rules of Order and speaking for 3 minutes, etc. I asked for specific changes with no real response. I noticed on the agenda that there is no longer a public comment section, only discussion about pertinent city business. It states that anyone not adhering to above rules is out of order and is subject to removal. The way the change reads is very hypocritical. It states you can have differing views of opinions, but obviously that is not the case. You have silenced the entire public from voicing any concern or differing of opinions from every single city platform. At last week's meeting, a city employee made a threatening comment to a citizen to take matters outside. I'm guessing city employees are allowed to say these types of things. I told him that I wasn't going to be at this week's meeting, but if you could please clarify if I'm reading this correctly for future reference. This is a huge change in the structure if you're taking public comments away, and it reads that it is opinion based essentially. Whoever doesn't like something that someone says, you can just deem them out of order and kick them out. It seems you have stripped the First Amendment right from anyone who doesn't have anything positive to say. It's okay to not agree with everyone, and one thing that I think we all can agree on is that we do have some wonderful people and a great community here. Any clarification on this matter is greatly appreciated. Again, several days later and still no response. And it wasn't even addressed. Like, I wasn't there and live stream was cut off, but he didn't even address the change, did he?
Not really. With his statement, it was kind of so vague or whatever. But the funny thing was when people started getting up there and commenting, a lady got up there and commented about make sure police have their full uniform on and no mask. They let that go. There were several people about the pool situation, talked about that, and one lady even talked for 8 minutes. There was no, the alarm went off, your 3 minutes is up. There was none of that, and they were, asking, Cybert and Marks were asking her questions and going back and forth.
Just how sweet they are to be just including them and actually that they care. The hypocrisy there is it's kind of insulting. If we get up and ask a question, they will sit and stare at us. Have we become those people that have become a thorn in their side? But they had an opportunity to be nice to us, and they chose not to. There were several people there for the pool. And see, these are things that I feel like public comments need to be recorded, because we do need a city pool.
Because, Mr. Lucas is like somebody that doesn't know anything is showing up to city council. They wouldn't know what they could talk on or how they could talk on it or anything.
Or even to get to the public that you have dozens of people that want a city pool.
If you just watched the YouTube video, you'd have no idea.
You wouldn't know that there was that many people there that were in support of, because not only
probably 20 plus people,
and not only do we have an elderly community that has lost out on that resource at the wellness center, but we have our local Athens swim team that is missing out on it. And the wellness center that's part of Huntsville Hospital, from my understanding, I don't know if there was I think it all comes down to money, that Huntsville Hospital didn't want to fund.
Well, I don't think it was costing money. They weren't recouping enough for the cost of it, basically.
Well, it comes down to money.
Well,
whether
always.
It's the cost to keep it running, they weren't making the money back. So, but the city and or the county could have stepped in to take on that cost.
Huntsville Hospital said they would have gave it to them.
Yeah. So anyway, my point in saying that is that whether we directly are affected by the pool or not, I think for our community, those comments need to be shared with the public, because we had such a huge turnout in support of wanting and needing this pool. What was something else that was there for the pool and
the mask lady? That was it.
No, Mac McCutcheon was there.
Oh, okay. So Mac McCutcheon, Danny Crawford, Colin Daly were all there because a section of Highway 99 was named after, his name is
Williams.
Dan Williams, correct. Yes, thank you. Who used to be the mayor before Ronnie Marks, possibly on the council as well at some point, and then he ran for rep. And that's how Ronnie Marks ended up being our mayor. Is he was a council president when Mr. Williams decided to run, so it was like trickle down. So yeah, they were there. He was talking about that section, what a great guy he was, and he did a lot for the community. And they were also there in support of Athens State.
But in support of the what with Dane Williams, like a part of 99?
You know, like how there's the little signs that's, you know, they don't
like
change the road.
Yeah,
in memory of, or this section is, you know, the
So just
whatever.
to tell you, Mac McCutcheon is a representative in Madison County. Danny Crawford is our state rep here. And then Colin Daly is the Limestone County chairman. Just to kind of, we threw some names out there. And for those of you that aren't from here, and because crazy thing, we have people that are all over the U.S. and even several outside of the country. So just to kind of break that down, he threw some names out there that we had a lot of local and state representation there. So where some meetings there's literally 3 people there, there was probably like 30 plus people.
It was a full house.
Yeah. So I think that was kind of all that went on with the agenda and public comments, but
let's talk about a few special guests.
Yeah, a few special guests. So Mr. Chris Anderson was there.
I think he was maybe afraid you were going to say something else about the business license. And
that's what happened last time, that he
After,
showed up
after you called it
right,
out.
and defended that Chris Seibert had all of his business licenses and everything was good because he's his accountant, which I still find a conflict of interest because his accounting firm does all the city financial stuff too.
Correct.
So why is he involved with our city officials' finances too? Anyways, as I digress, because I don't know the true legalities of that, but I did find it funny to hear that he was there.
Yes, and then we had Amy Golden.
Miss Amy Golden. So she recently retired from the city. She did something like with the seniors activity. I can't think of the exact title, but she
activities director.
Was the activities director?
So, yeah.
She was the activities director at the senior center. She recently retired, and I think like the day she announced her retirement, like the very next day, she announced that she was running for District 5 city council position, which is Mr. Wayne Harper's district. He is retiring. He's been the city councilman since 2012, and him and Harold Wells both announced that they were not going to be seeking re-election. So Amy is running for District 5. I would consider District 5 the most undesirable, not that, because you've got part of the downtown square, you've got part of the historic district, and they just rezoned the lines because it used to not be any of the historic district, just like on the north side of the square, and now it's kind of feeds all the way up into Clinton Street because they've rezoned all the districts.
Yep.
And then I want to say in 2020, I was looking at the voter stuff, and there was like 200 or 300 votes in the whole district, where in the rest of the districts there was like 1,000 votes. So that just shows you that is the lowest voter turnout because it's in North Athens, which is, one of the poorer areas of the city. We have a heavy Hispanic population. So she's running for that. Again, she used to work for the city. She's good friends with Holly and the mayor. She was there. She was sitting beside Ronnie Marks' wife, who was in attendance. That's the first meeting I've seen her at since
Correct.
we've been going. And then we had Mr. Alan Creasy. I guess Ronnie Marks affectionately called him Coach. Oh, again, Ronnie Marks went around. Didn't you say?
Yes, everybody, but me and
what?
he didn't talk to Tim. He didn't talk to Mark. He didn't talk to me or Chris. But pretty much everybody else.
So he walked around
and
spoke to every. Remember, tons of people there, and he strategically makes his way around from the back to speak to everyone else, but our little group of people. So Coach was there. He recently announced that he was running for City Council District 2, which is Mr. Wells' position, who's also announced that he was retiring. So those two, we've been at City Councils, every single one since
almost
August.
A year.
And this was the first time, I guess, since they announced that they were running, they've decided to come to the last 5. Because we've got 4 more council meetings until election. So nothing like showing up at the end, right? So let's just talk about our council seats for just a minute. So we've got Mr. Wells, Mr. Harper. They are stepping down. You've got Amy Golden and Alan Creasy running in for their seats. You've got Chris Seibert, who has put his name in to qualify. And then you've got Mr. Lucas, who is 86. And I think he's a very nice man. I think we've talked before. He is the longest running school board representative. He was on the school board from 1995 until 2022 when Mr. Frank Travis passed away as District 3 counsel. And he basically left this letter saying that he wanted James Lucas to take on his position, and this letter stood like it was.
I don't know.
It was like good. It was like Mr. Frank Travis left it in his well wishes.
They went along with it and appointed him.
Yes, they went along with this letter. They wanted to carry out his wishes. So Mr. Lucas stepped down from the school board in 2022. Took the council position, but he is quoted in an article saying that he does not plan to seek re-election and that he's done his service to the community. Mm-hmm. And then now he is decided
at 86. He's
86
got more
years
spring
old.
in his step.
He's decided to qualify and run again. And then that leaves District 4, Miss Dana Henry, who has also qualified, but Jared has an announcement to make.
Surprise, surprise. Here I am. So I'm throwing my hat in the ring. So via this journey and everything that we've had to go through and everything we've found out, we've got a ton of encouragement. It's like, you need to run. Like, you guys are, they generally say you guys, like, it's like we're a team.
Y'all should
you
run.
know, and I take, like, yeah, can you guys run together and be a tag team or something? I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. But one of us has to do it, so I guess in this point it's me. So with all the encouragement and everything else, it's like, okay, I think I should definitely do that after some soul searching and everything else. And I would like to end with a couple points that's going to be my platform, and that's going to be buses for the high school.
Yeah,
I don't think a lot of people moving in even realize that the high school doesn't have buses.
And the people that are from here, they know that
it's just kind of one of those things.
Is what it is. But you have new people that are moving here, and
then now the school's moved even further down on 31. It's
and parents work they're not,
it's a big burden.
I've seen kids walking from the high school at 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon because they're getting home from school and they don't have a way to pick anybody to pick them up. So yeah, that's with us having kids in the school system. That's another thing. The council, I think Chris Seibert's he's got a son that'll be a senior this year. But aside from that, nobody is directly affected by the school or the school board.
So not only do I have kids about to enter school, kids in school, and I paid. So when I was living outside the city limits, I actually paid the fee to send my daughter here. That's how much I believe in the school system. And I'll be a decade younger than anybody else, so some new energy there. And one of the biggest thing is transparency. Everything done should be out in the open. And the accountability, that leads into the accountability. Everything that's done, people can ask questions about. And measured growth, we're growing, we're so fast, growth, but it needs to be scaled down a little bit. It needs to be measured just a little bit more than just this open spigot of growth. And then finally, infrastructure. We're busting at the seams. We need new roads. We need better traffic management.
Sidewalks.
Sinking traffic lights, etc.
Secure, what are
crosswalks.
Crosswalks. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, we have to get a handle on that.
We do. We have to get ahead. We can't.
It's already bad, and then 10,000 more people coming on top of it.
10,000 more houses.
So potentially 25,000 more people.
Yeah, if you've got a spouse and kids, and then that puts the strain on the schools. it's a trickle down effect.
Exactly.
And I think that I think I can appreciate what our council has done, but I think that their time, it's time to pass the torch. It's time for some younger blood to come in and hopefully make a positive change in the city. So I'm really proud of Jared. I'm excited to.
So your friend, if you're in District 4, remember me.
Email us if you want to put a sign in your yard. But yeah, so this is the end of qualifying time. They should make an announcement June 25th for everybody.
I think maybe we'll have a special edition and go over once that's finalized.
Once we know who all the candidates are. We've heard some rumors about a few people that'll be on the ballot. I'm hoping to have a few of them on some upcoming episodes. So we are alive and well, and it is all going great in the campaign season. So we appreciate you guys listening in. So until next time, guys, see you later.
And that's a wrap for this episode of Limestone Lowdown, where we break down the issues, keep you informed, and give you facts straight from the source. Remember, your voice matters. Your vote counts, and your community thrives when we stay engaged. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay involved. Until next time, keep questioning, keep advocating, and keep shaping the future of the Limestone area. We'll see you on the next Limestone Lowdown.